Hi, friends. Welcome to Story Time. I've got a fun book for us today that's nonfiction. So that means it's all photographs and facts that we can learn about fish from real scientists who study them in all of their different habitats and different places where they live. So I'm excited to learn more today with you. Make sure you've got a comfy space. We're going to be flipping through and getting to see lots of different kinds of fish. So before we get started, let's get our brains ready and think about, what do you want to know? What do you want to learn more about fish? I'm looking at the front cover and I'm seeing a very strange kind of fish that I don't know if I've ever seen before. So I would love to learn more about what this fish is called. And I would also like to learn more about the kind of fish that I saw living in Finding Nemo with Dory and Mr. Ray in the coral reef. So I hope that this book has some parts about the coral reef and some more info about this fish. What do you want to learn about? Thanks for sharing. One new word or vocabulary word that we're going to need in this book is habitat. A habitat is the natural place where an animal or plant lives. So that means if it's not at a zoo or in an aquarium, where do these animals and plants live, and how does this place work together to get them everything they need? So, for example, in this picture, this is a habitat of the coral reef, which is in the ocean. So there's all different kinds of plants and fish that live together and take care of each other so that they all have what they need to eat, to drink, to breathe, and a place or shelter where they can live. So I'm excited to look at a lot of different habitats for fish with you today. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started. Here we go. Our question today is just, what do you want to know more about when you think about fish and all of the different habitats that they can live in, or all of the different types of fish that we might see? Here we go. Here's our table of contents. So I'm going to look and see all of the different information about fish. I see that the first one says, what is a fish? I see that if we come down, we see fish homes, so we can learn about more of their habitats. And the tropical reef, that will help us learn more about fish like Nemo or Dory. And then unusual fish, so that might be our fish from the front cover. Let's start with page 4. What is a fish? Let's make sure you can see the page here. Here we go. What is a fish? Fish are animals that live their whole lives underwater. They are vertebrates, which means that they have a backbone or a spine, just like we do. Birds, reptiles, and humans are all vertebrates, but fish don't have legs for moving around. They use their fins to swim through water, and they breathe underwater through gills instead of lungs. It's very cool. Take a look at this picture of those fish. Let's go back to our table of contents and see if we can find the page that has more about where fish live. Fish homes, page 14. Remember, the home for an animal or a plant is also called the habitat. That was our word for today. Natural homes are called habitats. Some fish live in freshwater habitats like rivers, and others live in saltwater homes like the ocean. Some habitats are cold and dark, and others are warm and bright. Different types of fish need different water currents, that means how fast the water moves, and temperatures, that means how hot or how cold the water is. Fish also need different kinds and different types of food to keep them alive. Freshwater fish live in rivers, lakes, ponds, and swamps. Sunlight shines down onto the muddy bottom, helping plants grow. Plants are a rich source of food for many freshwater fish. So this is a river. It looks like a waterfall that would be a freshwater habitat. Oceans are made up of three parts. This is the saltwater habitat: the shallow sea, the open sea, and the deep sea. Some live in the shallow sea all year round. Others come only at certain times of year to find food or to have babies. Sometimes sharks even live in the shallow seas. The open sea is far from shore, and fish travel long distances to find food, safety, and the right temperature and light for them. Sharks, rays, and many bony fish live in the open sea. Whoa, check out this fish. This is a fish that lives in the deep sea where it's cold, dark, and quiet. There's little sunlight, so few plants and animals live here. Many deep sea fish are predators and can eat prey larger than themselves. This is called the anglerfish. This is the fish in Finding Nemo that has a light on its head and tries to eat Dory and Marlin. Let's check out the next page and see what the tropical reef is like. Many colorful fish live in the warm waters around tropical reefs. Reefs are in tropical areas of the world, which means that it's always warm. They're close to the middle line around the Earth called the equator. The tropical areas get more sunlight than other places on Earth, and many types of sea creatures live in these parts of the reef of the ocean. The reef is a living thing too. It's made of colorful sea creatures called coral polyps. They grow on top of each other to build a coral reef. Fish and other sea animals find food and hide in the holes and crevices of the coral reef. Seahorses, angelfish, parrotfish, and clownfish all live in tropical reefs. All right, we've answered a couple of our questions about fish so far, but we still want to find out who this guy is. So let's check out unusual fish and see if it's on here. Let's see. There are flying fish, there are mud skippers that live in the swampy mud, seahorses, sea dragons, starfish, jellyfish. Those are actually not real fish. What I don't see are fish from the front cover. Let's keep checking them out. Fun fish. Here we go. The fish on our front cover was actually an eel, which is a fish that lives either in the river or in the ocean. Very cool. Friends, thank you so much for joining today. I hope you had fun learning some more about fish, where they live, what different kinds of fish there can be, and what their habitats or homes are like. For your activity today, you get to choose what kind of fish you want to be. So draw a picture or use paper or paint to create and draw what kind of fish you want to be. Remember, there's all different kinds of fish and they can live in all different kinds of homes or habitats. Thanks for joining, friends. See you later.